it took me a minute to remember that we had worked together in 2003. When I first found out you were coming in, I was like, wait a minute. I think she was that brand new actress on that
brand spanking new
hit show, Keen Eddie. What had happened was I got the job to fly over to London and photograph this new show that was going to be huge
about an
American
really didn't go anywhere.
American like investigator
Yeah.
who gets an all English team, and we ended up going around to Big Ben, to pubs, and we did this whole shoot for the advertising. And yeah, you were a completely unknown
I mean, it was my first
actress.
job.
Isn't that wild?
That's wild.
You were
Because
really
I normally
well
remember.
behaved.
Was I?
Yes, you were.
No.
I think you were very happy to be there at that time.
I think it was probably extremely exciting.
Yeah. What do you remember
I mean,
about?
I must have been 20. You know, I think I was so naive about the entire industry. I didn't really go to drama school, so I wasn't aware of competition. So I would go into rooms and be like, oh, this is an audition, I could absolutely get it, without being aware that there was that. Do you know what I mean? That it was not that easy. And I think that kind of naivety or ignorance was really beneficial. I think I was much more confident, and that's just gradually whittled away as I've got older. But I mean, I remember that time, I think it was so exciting. It was like a big studio, and it was like American, and it felt shiny, and the sets had all been built. Like it was a big production.
And then when I showed up,
and
you're
then
like,
you
wow,
arriving
this
was
must
just like,
be a big
I've
show.
really arrived because Sam is taking these pictures. But it feels so long ago.
I bet.
I always get sad and sort of nostalgic for that, just the innocence of it all. It was fun. It was a fun time.
But it's also like the challenge of actually getting something feels so good, rather than maintaining something, which feels so out of control.
I feel like I still have that challenge. You know, I feel like that, I wonder, I speak to a lot of people who I would really think were at the top of their game, and I think there's something about acting where it's just a constant struggle. People win Oscars and go home and are very depressed because they're like, now what? You know what I mean? Like there's some sort of weird, I think the self-torture is really part of the experience. Like it's never enough, but what are you looking for, really?
You know, when that show happened, obviously, it was, it was a network show.
I blew up. No,
it was on Fox.
It was a
No, and
fizzle.
it got canceled like
boom.
that, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember thinking like...
Didn't really think about it.
You didn't?
I mean, no, I was so wherever the wind blew. And by that point, it was exciting because I got a film, and that was...
Right.
You know, I really had no business strategy or sense whatsoever. I mean, I'm just learning about that side of things. It sounds straight, but it's true.
You know, when you think about that, you probably had to sign a 7-year contract.
I did. So I would have been 27, 28.
Now think about your
Which
life
felt
there
so
for a
old
minute.
when I signed it. I was like, oh, I'll be ancient now.
But it is such a different path, when you see a TV show that does get famous and people do get locked into one job for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And in a way, you found out rather quickly that you could do film acting and that your career was going to go in a very different direction. So in a way, I think that being canceled was probably like a huge, a positive.
Yes, definitely. I'm not the type of person that would be happy 7 years playing the same role.
Can you imagine? I know.
I can't imagine. I'm sure when I'm in my 50s, that will be great.
You'll
I'll
be
be living in
for
one place. And
Keen Eddie 2.
Keen Eddie 2, yeah, she's
the
back.
Return. Not so keen anymore.
Not so keen, yeah, bitter Eddie.
Old Eddie.
Old Eddie. Yeah, I can't even
What was your
remember my
character's name? I don't even remember.
I was thinking Fiona. Was that
Old Eddie
and
bitter Fiona.
Bitter Fiona.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm going to give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.